Last time, we learned the awful truth. Pewter isn't just some cosplaying weirdo.
He's an actual weirdo.
Turns out he's working with Renju and possibly Falco as well. Pewter is the one who gave Renju his watch, and Pewter is, I suspect, being used by Renju. The reason this wasn't too much of an issue on the other half of the flowchart is that Renju promptly died. But when I say used, I could be wrong and it could be more genuine than I think. But it just seems like Pewter is doing all manner of dirty work and giving all kinds of access. And it's like, Renju is clearly trying to do something. And if whatever you were doing required you to have eyes on a certain place and access to certain technology, well, I mean, all you gotta do is get Pewter's affection and you've got it, right?
So here we are. What will we find out when we open up this warehouse? Will Iris be dead? Will she be alive? Will she be secretly working with them? Will she be openly working with them? Was she a sleeper agent of Nizet Laws the entire time?
Billy.
Huh?
I hate to break it to you. I think you're still hypnotized.
What do you mean?
The Nize stuff?
Uh-huh.
You've just been hypnotized by Iris. You just shrug it off, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's so obvious that that's what's going on.
Okay. You know, maybe there is something like in Nizet Laws. If that's the case, it isn't what Iris said it was.
Of course it is, and all the evidence proves it!
Very good, Billy. Speaking of believing Iris, we're the Bittersweet Gamers!
I'm we squared and he's a non-believer.
Onward! We suspect the route is about to end.
But we thought that last time too, and we were totally wrong.
That van.
That guard.
That terrorist.
That pier. That man.
Yeah, I really do feel like this is a Metal Gear situation. Okay, no, there's a lot of guys. Bit too many for your standard Metal Gear.
It's set up like Somnium. It's sectioned off into parts like Somnium was.
Why is it like this? Now, I can see why you'd section it off if you've actually got a force out, because this is like a military force. If you've actually got this out here, then you may as well actively defend the perimeter instead of just hope nobody sneaks in.
The box is even exactly the same as the Somnium.
Maybe it was a prophetic dream after all. Why is it set up like So's Somnium? As far as we know, So isn't here. Now, we've been assuming that So and Renju, if not also number 89, but we know he's working with Renju. We've been assuming that So and Renju each want Iris for something.
Yeah.
But, and this is just an assumption on my part, I think that for whatever reason they want her, So intends on killing her after getting it, and Renju intends to keep her alive and have her do it for it.
Right.
That does make Renju come out to be a lot better, but I could be wrong. So and Renju could be working together, which would maybe make this setup make more sense.
Well, this isn't the first time we've seen a Somnium that resembled a location. Remember Iris's first Somnium on the left-hand route? It looked similar to the cold storage facility. It had like the table and the barrels and all and stuff in that too.
You know, that's a good point.
Yeah, because So was in Iris's Somnium and Iris was in So's Somnium at the end.
Right. But anyway, I say again, I don't expect that So is going to be here. Forget the Somniums. If So isn't here, why is his Somnium outside? Why his? Why isn't someone else's Somnium? Why isn't someone's Somnium who's here?
That's a good question. I was going to say I guess we'll find out, but that's not a guarantee.
All right, now whip out the trank gun and start shooting these guys to sleep.
Gotta make sure I shake them down for their dog tags afterwards.
We've got to unlock that purple wig. I like how what we're looking at is something. What the heck was that?
That was my night vision zoom-in noise.
Your night vision zoom-in noise is...
Yeah, you want to fight about it?
This may be a cause worth fighting for, yes?
Those are the guys who attacked us at Golden Yokocho.
The mercenaries.
How many?
I detect more than we can see. They are positioned all over the area, surrounding the warehouse.
Man, it's gonna take a lot of porn to distract these guys.
Each of them carries an assault rifle. Getting through will not be an easy task.
Looks that way.
Come on, you already talked about Director Kojima being here. Surely the Evolver has a tranquilizer dart setting.
There are portable barricades set up in 2 areas in front of the warehouse.
Portable?
They can be moved and erected easily.
I like how we have to actually find something. I think we found it. So Iris is still in the van. About that van, what were the vehicles that we found here before?
A station wagon and the Matsushita family van, right? Like a station wagon that Oda jank and the family van for...
Yeah,
the
that
Matsushita
van
family?
was the Matsushitas, okay.
That's...
It's Iris.
Damn it. Is she okay?
Well, I'm glad she's not in the warehouse. She
Yet.
also doesn't appear to be restrained.
Yet.
So, and she's clearly moving.
Yet? Oh, that didn't work.
So why is she just sitting there then? Are they setting something up?
She might be drugged.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Unknown, but at least we know she's alive. The issue now is reaching her.
All right, let's do this!
Also, I hate the thunder in this scene because the specific type of sound they're using to create the thunder and the thunderclap makes it sound like someone is knocking on our door. And so every time that happens, I'm like, whoosh, and jerk my head over to the door.
Hold on. Are you dense? They're gonna blow your brains out.
Did he bring a giant Hummer?
It does seem to be the case, yes.
Okay, I'm glad Moma's here. I wish he had come with some more guys, but I guess, you know, in order to be safe, you do it yourself.
They got guns?
Yeah, and not just 1 or 2.
Yeah, like 40!
They all have assault rifles, and they're everywhere.
You can tell? Even in the dark?
I've got a magic eye. So I wonder if we're going to have a sniper section where we tell Moma to snipe right when the thunder claps so no one knows what's going on.
I don't think this is that type of a game, though that would be interesting.
Have you forgotten that I found out what was inside your safe? I have superpowers. I can see in the dark, and I have X-ray vision.
Oh, shit, you were serious?
Yeah, he's never lied about it. He's been totally open this whole time.
I nodded, then told him about the rest. That Iris was in the van at the end of the harbor. And that there were 2 portable barricades on the way there. After I laid it out, I stared into his eyes.
We need a plan. Can you help me?
Yeah, sure I can. But I need to ask you a few things first.
I'm normally the one asking the questions. This is so new.
I knew that we were gonna have to talk to him to get him to ask the questions to us.
Well, just a second, Moma.
That appears to be a military-grade all-terrain vehicle.
Moma, that vehicle.
That's one of ours. I got it from the army. It's bulletproof, even the windows.
Oh, well, it kind of seems like our solution is simple then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just drive that up to the van, use it for cover while you get Iris, and then drive back out.
There is no way it'll last that long, though. Driving up to that van is gonna be a one-way trip.
I thought you were trying to run a non-violent gang.
Well, that's exactly why.
See, the bulletproof glass and everything just prevents violence.
Fair point, fair point.
We got rid of our offense, so we needed a little defense.
Who's thinking like the Yakuza now?
Is that something you want to brag about?
I suppose that makes sense, in a way.
What do you want to ask? 1, 2, or 3, huh? What do you think, Billy?
I feel like 2.
So these bad guys, Why did they take Tessa?
Oh!
The van's at the end of the row. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse is right there.
There's something they want from her that's either found in her left eye or, I mean, I don't know. Heck, for all I know, something happened and she had her eye replaced just like Date did. That actually would kind of make some sense, wouldn't it?
I suppose so. If there's a prototype sync machine going around,
I mean,
why couldn't there be a prototype Aiba?
I'm not really pushing that or something, but we don't know what it is that they want.
Right.
And the only thing we do know is left eyes running around, or maybe right eyes running around.
Eyes of some description running around.
Gaining experience and wisdom, and that she seems to have the power to hypnotize people, so...
They must be planning on taking her inside. Right now, they're probably getting it ready. They've got lookouts waiting outside.
They're also a lot more competent than So was, who just seems to assume that he doesn't need anybody to defend his interests, and that's why Ota ran in and in at least 2 of the 3 paths he managed to actually
Fight him off,
which is sort of pathetic, you know.
Let's go with number 3 then.
Tessa's in the van down there, right?
Yeah.
In that case, why don't we go around the back?
Unfortunately, that is impossible. The warehouses are flush with the water.
That's a good question to ask, too.
The only path to the van is down the front.
Presumably, if you could get to the van via another route,
It would be guarded?
that would also be guarded. Do you think that there's a shortage of resources here?
My superpowers tell me the way around back is flooded.
Shit. Guess it won't be that easy.
It was a good try, though.
Which one to pick?
Which one?
The jackoff who took Tessa. Pewter, right?
Right?
What's his deal?
I mean, we guess, but we really don't know.
I think Renju asked him to do all of this.
That's all we know.
Renju?
Oh, yeah, you really don't have any idea his involvement in any of this.
Neither do we!
That's fair. I told Moma about Renju and Pewter's relationship.
Oh, that's right. Renju was looking for Tessa.
Not only that, in a parallel world, I found Iris's body at an Okiura Fishery warehouse.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, what's up with this warehouse? We initially just kind of blew it off, especially after Mizuki talked about, like, how it has no relationship to her family, honestly. Like, not anymore.
Right.
Maybe it does. It does keep persistently coming up, so,
Something fixed point in time? I mean, maybe it's just, or at least in this case, parallel worlds, sort of a fixed point where something always has to happen at, no matter which world line you're at.
So something that I think is hilarious...
Go on, get with the mocking.
No, I do the exact same thing. I always bring up VLR's take on parallel worlds because it struck a chord with me. And you always bring up Doctor Who's take.
Okay, let's go over all the stuff I told you that you wanted to ask me, but I had to initiate. So I guess I have to initiate this too.
Maybe that means that Moma's gonna do the summarizing.
So, what's the plan?
Well...
We haven't come up with one yet.
While I was coming up with a plan, a car emerged from the darkness.
Boss? Ota?
I'm pretty sure that's their van.
I mean, we were talking about the Matsushita van before.
Mizuki. Ota.
Someone reliable to help. Come along, Mizuki.
Now that we have Mizuki here, we can actually have a shot at doing this. The thing is, if we drive the ATV and plow straight through there, is there some way we can use the other vehicle to get out?
Probably not. What I think the best choice is visibility is going to be reduced for them too. I mean, they don't have superpower, cybernetic, night vision, X-ray eyes. I think Moma needs to cover us with the gun and create distractions so that we can sneak past them.
This is turning into Metal Gear. Like Iba said, it really wouldn't be that strange for him to be here. Now, Ota may be brave, but he's not going to be helpful.
No.
So he needs to not be coming along.
That's why he needs to drive the getaway vehicle.
That would be him being useful.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean? You contacted us.
I did?
What?
I sent an IL message to both of them.
Ah.
Why?
Why didn't you say so?
Probably because if Date knew, he would freak out, much like he's doing now.
But why would Aiba ask for them then?
That's a better question.
Date, if something happens to Tessa, let me know, okay?
I'll save you no matter what, Iris.
Promise me.
I promise.
A promise is an inviolable protocol. It must be followed.
It's amazing that she took that seriously.
Do you know what a white lie is?
No, I am an AI.
Oh, you!
I was playing dirty.
You always pull out that excuse when it's convenient.
Exactly.
Besides, Mizuki can be very helpful.
Exactly.
And Ota?
Perhaps he can be used as a shield.
Billy and I came up with an excellent way to use Ota in this circumstance.
And it was not by using him as a meat shield.
Aiba tries to get him killed.
And that's cruel, even for me.
Date? Who are the kids?
Don't call me a kid.
You're a kid!
Who's the old man?
Now Ota has a right to be upset because he's 24. I sighed and shook my head. I made the introductions quickly.
So your 6th grade roommate and a NEET who's trying to get his light novel published?
That's right! Now don't worry about this guy, but she's useful.
What good are they?
You don't look very useful yourself, old man.
He's a Yakuza boss with a rifle. He looks the most obviously useful of anybody here.
Yeah, you're all short and scrawny.
You get to talk!
You look like you're a teenager.
Shut up, I'm not short. The Earth is just big.
Okay.
That's a really good excuse. I'd use
That
it.
argument is fallacious.
I'd use that excuse, but I mean, I'm not short.
And you're short too.
He's the shortest one here!
No way. This isn't even my final form. All my joints are folded up. I can get 3 times bigger than this.
Admittedly, that's actually pretty damn funny.
Liar!
This went on for a bit. I'll spare you. I finally got fed up and shouted at them.
Don't shout!
Listen up, you idiots.
I guess if all the soldiers didn't notice the cars driving up, then shouting isn't going to make things any worse.
You're here because you're all ASET fans.
Truly, no better motivation could be expected out of allies against the evil that is Nizet laws.
Okay.
Water.
Wet, sweat, ASET,
Fears.
Upset. Regret. ASAP.
gambling.
Roulette, bet, ASET.
I'm not joining in.
Yes!
Okay, that's cool that we've got our plucky team, but what are we going to do?
All right, let's work together and get our Tessa back.
Yeah!
This is our time to unite. Let's show them what we're made of.
Yeah! Shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, we stand! Show no mercy, for you shall receive none!
Guys, you need to take this more seriously.
They really do.
Yeah!
They looked at me expectantly.
It seems they've already become good friends. Iris has extraordinary power.
Doesn't she, though?
Iris does have some kind of extraordinary power, all right.
Good. It's working.
I explained the situation to Mizuki and Ota.
Here's the plan. Ota, can you drive that vehicle?
Excellent, we had this.
It's bulletproof, so don't worry. They can't shoot you.
Yes, sir!
Moma, I need your trigger finger. Get on the back with me and shoot any gunman you can see.
You got it!
And Mizuki, you're our secret weapon.
Yeah.
If it all goes south, we're gonna need your powers.
Leave it to me.
Isn't it great that we've been on the left side, so we do know exactly what she can do?
Yeah!
We might have been eyebrow-raisy when she was pumping iron in this route, but it's not like anybody really talks about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Date, what are you gonna have her do?
Oh, don't worry.
It is fine, Moma. You don't need to worry about what she's gonna do.
She might not look it, but she's something else. They won't take her down without a fight.
You sure about this?
Unless they have pepper spray, then she's doomed.
Look, even Superman is weak to something.
Yup. You should worry more about yourself, Moma.
So, now you know your jobs. This is how we get through. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but our objective is to reach the end of the harbor. We need to rescue Iris from that van and then get the hell out of here. Any questions?
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's lock and load.
We're coming for you, Tessa!
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go!
And so, Operation Iris Rescue began. Hey, is that a Humvee?
Hey, look!
Why do they sound
Tank?
so
All right,
derpy?
let's do this.
Is that a tank?
Kill him!
What kind of moronic...
Am I about to play a rail shooter segment?
Damn, there's too many of them.
I don't think my rifle can handle this many.
I have to think of something.
What happened to, like, driving?
It's a red barrel. It must be explosive.
Also, can I just say I'm glad that Date is the one who actually looked like he was taking charge and thinking of something instead of Aiba just going, "Shut up, Date, you
Date,
idiot."
I have a plan.
And see, it's okay that she jumps in with this.
Yeah, because at least Date showed that he was thinking about it too.
Date was the one working at it, and he's the one who had this initial idea, unlike all the other times where it's like, Date, you're a stupid loser face, so shut up and let Aiba do everything for you.
Right.
Is it a good plan?
Just listen. You still have that pornographic magazine, right?
Why does it always come down to porn in the end?
Don't act innocent. Last night you went back to Golden Yokocho. You found one of those magazines and hid it in your clothes.
How did you know?
I'm your left eye, Date. Of course I would know. In any case, throw it at the drum.
It's consistent. They set this up.
That's true.
No.
Why not?
You can get another one! Oh my god! Go there yourself to another porn vending machine and just put in the money and get it. Or you know what? If it's that much of a problem, just shoot the darn thing like you did last time. Okay? Just give this one up.
This is a collector's item. It's SSR.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, maybe you shouldn't actually get rid of it then.
Well, what is this? Gotcha board?
What? Those don't grow on trees.
I can't just throw it away.
He should have had another porno mag on him to use.
How many porno mags you want him to be hauling around, Damon?
Well, you're the one who used to talk about, like, this type of cognitive dissonance where he would carry them on him all the time and pretend to not know that he was affected by them just so they'd work with his superpowers.
You know as well as I do that that isn't why he's carrying this one.
Well, yeah, he's carrying it because it's top-class rarity. What are we talking about?
So what is more important to you, Iris or Eros?
Ooh, that's playing dirty.
Arrow. Iris.
Good. Hurry, they're closing in.
Oh, wait. Can't we?
And Moma's gonna be like, no, I wanted that one!
The pained look on his face.
I'll never get one of these again! Dude, what was that?
I accidentally used this instead of that.
Take this! What? Could it be? The legendary?
Look, it's the SSR!
Whoa, this is amazing! No one back home will believe me.
I don't know if 10 feet would have mattered for the explosion radius.
These guys are even more vulnerable than the Metal Gear Solid 2 guards.
Date, now! Shoot the drum!
And if it were Metal Gear Solid 5, that's when you'd activate the shot decoy, and so like a pop-up of Date would come up, electrocute every one of these guys and knock him out, and then sit there going,
Porno mag. Porno mag. Porno mag.
That's exactly what it would be saying. It's alright, man. At least you got to look cool this time.
Now's no time for crying!
It's not crying. It's raining.
The drum contains flammable liquids. Do you understand?
Fine, I got it.
Alright, you guys just sit tight and stay within an exploitable distance.
Whoa, I didn't know you could do that! They say. The bullet was red.
Hold on! Hold on! The bullet bounced off the barrel! What is this video game logic we're running into here?
There's still more of them.
Man, no more oil drums to blow up.
I'm at my limit here.
Wait.
I can shoot the crane and drop the box on them.
Iba, any ideas?
But he is the one looking himself. See, he's looking at this and saying,
see.
calculate it. This is Date doing it, not just take a dump on Date and Iba does it instead. This
Yeah.
is working together the way it should be.
Date, last night, you picked up something else, didn't you?
What?
I told you, don't act innocent. I'm talking about the panties and bra you shot down in Golden Yokocho.
It's consistent. They set it up.
That's true!
I needed it as evidence.
Enough with your pathetic excuses. Just aim under the container.
No!
Damn it, Date!
No!
I was gonna give this to Reika as a gift.
She wouldn't take it!
Someone else's underwear?
He didn't have to know that.
Wine and underwear are best when aged.
Ugh!
That's a famous saying in France.
That is not true.
Date, what are you doing?
Being funny for once? Look, the most recent Date laughs at perverted jokes and is a derpy perv. I kind of have really fallen flat.
Mm-hmm, me too.
But this scene, all this stuff is actually really funny, and I'm glad to see that again because it was starting to get... I felt like the humor was getting really forced for a while.
Yeah, same here.
Iris is in trouble.
Date!
Okay. I just gotta throw it, right?
Remember, Billy, if the D-pad shows up on screen, that means the D-pad, not the control stick.
Understood.
Because you almost failed.
Goodbye!
What the hell?
Hey, this is a nice shape.
This must be a gift from heaven.
D-cup.
So wet as it gets. So dirty.
Shameless! Absolutely shameless!
These guys, I hope Menju did not pay very much for these people. Oh my god!
Good. That went well.
Also, these idiots watch their buddies get blown up
Uh-huh.
and have just been standing still shooting.
Uh-huh.
These are not human beings.
These are not human beings, no.
Now, if we can cause that container above them to fall...
That's... My god, this is... I hope they all fly away.
I see it. I could shoot the cable.
Instead of getting squashed in like this horrible gout of like blood and crushedness.
Yeah, yeah.
If they all do a cartoon flyaway,
Like
then...
Team Rocket blast off.
Can you make the shot?
Well, like what happened with the last one of these.
Fine then, we can go that route too.
Yeah.
Then let's go.
Sniping mode.
Oh, this one's actually moving.
Well, the others were too.
Woo! That was close.
Oh shit, move!
Okay, yeah, there we go. That was comic enough.
Let's go.
Roger.
Seriously, I think I can go hire a bunch of these guys.
You could probably afford it, yeah.
Their guns are like 50 times more valuable than they are.
Ouch. Could you not fire that right next to my ear, Moma?
The last one.
Once we get through here, then...
What's the plan? Fine then. My turn.
Wait! Mizuki! Oh, that idiot!
We do still have an Aiba we can throw.
Date, Mizuki can't do this alone.
You're gonna have to like shoot some guys down to support her.
Who are those two looking at? Those two right in front of Mizuki look like they're aiming at the rest of the group.
You have just seen how worthlessly incompetent these people are. They are watching this happen. And they're like, there seems to be something going on. Other ones of us are shooting our guns, or at least, you know, maybe they can't hear the gunshots. Because gunshots in this game go, instead of like the noise that they actually would fire at, they're not even firing at movie gunshot noise levels, okay? But they know that a fight is going on, and they're standing there like idiots waiting for groups of them to be taken out. Who cares what they're doing? They're probably about to shoot themselves.
Moma, cover me.
Hey, wait up!
And see, Date's the one doing this.
Oh. Oh!
Excellent. It's all we ever asked.
Oh, my bones! This is some stormtrooper level accuracy.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Man, I feel like kind of a schlub.
Don't test me, motherfucker!
Don't reload while you're just standing there.
Well, it's both action. I'm contributing!
Mizuki!
Get ready. Oh, that went way better than the last time with So. Good shot.
He shot the van.
What?
The window in the van is cracked.
Well, hell. Okay, that scene was really cool.
Yeah.
All the other ones have kind of been lame,
Thank you.
but that was great. And it gave us the thing we were been asking for this whole time. Okay, I got that out of the way because this sucks. Oh, no?
My goddess,
maybe?
your chariot has arrived.
I thought I saw the window being cracked. Oh, okay.
Ota, mission complete.
All right, got it!
This went way too well.
Yeah. After that, we split up and booked it.
That was almost as if that was what we were expected to do.
Yeah, I am very suspicious.
Was Ren not there? Oh.
We never looked inside the warehouse.
Like, after you take out all the guys, you may as well get going.
I mean, did they expect more to be, like, airdropped in or something? Moma got behind the wheel of his vehicle, Oda took the van, and I got into my own car. Mizuki went with Oda, and Iris came with me. We drove off as fast as we could in different directions. The rain poured down endlessly. The neon lights of the city blurred faintly through the fine drops of rain.
Date, Moma and Mizuki contacted us.
Well, I didn't figure anybody was going to be pursued. Not after
They're all
that.
safe.
Yeah.
Good.
I breathed a long sigh of relief. Now, we haven't talked about it too much on this route. The whole Cyclops killer jumping from body to body to body thing.
Well, I'm still not sure that's the case.
And that's fair. That's fair.
We laid out why we thought that might be the case, and I don't feel as though we've gotten any evidence that either adds to it or subtracts from it.
Right.
But I don't like acting as if it is true, because then that leads someone to, like, box in their thinking and not consider stuff outside of, like, what their current perspective is.
That's fair, and that's completely and 100% fair. However, what if we were meant to take her? What if the transfer has already taken place? If that's the case, then Renju was the current host of the old Cyclops killer, new Cyclops killer, whatever Cyclops killer.
Okay, no, go ahead. I know what you're saying, but go ahead.
They got a hold of Iris, and they just left her there, guarded by Schlubbo McSchlubbingtons. So, what if she's now currently possessed by the Cyclops killer?
Okay, some of that I think is plausible. I just think it's mixed too much in with the theory. Okay? One of the things that originally led us to the idea that there was something transferring from person to person was like the super violence in Iris's somnium on the left side compared to a normal somnium on the right side.
Right.
And the fact that the victim of the next crime was hanging out with the person who appears to have committed the next crime after that first crime was committed. Renju kills Shoko.
Yes.
Renju is hanging around with Iris. Iris kills Renju.
Yes.
So is hanging around with Iris.
So kills Iris.
So kills Iris. And then So dies.
Yeah.
Those are the pieces of evidence that made it indicate that there is some kind of transfer. The idea of eyes being separate was something that came initially from, like, mythology. That wasn't quite what you had said. You kind of meant it from more of a horror perspective, but that was why I was kind of going along with it. Then Iris, in fact, brings up the wandering eye. And then there's the left eye on the left side of the route, and we don't know which eye on the right side of the route because no one fucking dies. But we see in that dream, it was the right eye.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole Eye of Wadjet system, Iba is Wadjet system, and that for whatever reason Iris seems to know that name. What I am proposing is that the initial idea that we had of some type of transfer is very possibly true. Like, I think what you said, he was dropped in the van and allowed to be taken, I think you're probably right. I mean, maybe not, but it seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What I think is wrong is the detail of the Cyclops killer. I don't think it's the Cyclops killer.
Okay.
Next, I don't think the eye is hopping out and traveling around and is a spiritual entity possessing things. We haven't run into anything like that. But the idea of a transfer via the Wadjet system, consciousnesses can be transferred, but they only have the memories. Wasn't that what Pewter said? And the Wadjet system not only creates AIs, but the Wadjet system also facilitates like a consciousness entering the brain, sort of, and you've only got so much time before that starts to screw around.
Right.
And when things go wrong, it's the memories that you either go into a sync with, because Peter said it's only your memories that go in there with you, not really your consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay, so if your memories go in there with you, at 6 minutes pass, you leave your memories there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay, so my idea is this is really more technological and has to do with the Wadjet system and memories and possibly even consciousness itself.
And like the prototype sync machine.
Oh, that would be the source of the stuff.
Right.
It's that, not some magic ghost killer eye. It's something that would fit into what the game is already covering and is bringing up. You know, the name of the game is either I or AI, and I refuse to be convinced one way or the other, because both are intended. Both of them are intended, right?
Yeah, I agree.
One of those has to do with artificial intelligence and the link between artificial intelligence, the Wadjet system, a person's memories and consciousness, and how they would transfer, and transferring from person to person, and why there's no actual single new Cyclops serial killer.
Right.
The other one is a magic ghost eye, which is not talked about in the title of this game. It was perfectly fine very early on. And I think the core aspect of it, that it was the killer transferring from place to place, and in Iris's Somnium, the reason it was so crazy is because that's the personality that was there.
Right.
I think all the evidence adds up. The important part of the theory was the transference.
Yeah.
And the idea that Iris's Somnium on the left side was crazy and was the killer's, not Iris's.
Yeah, because her on this side is...
Right. Those are the important details. The transfer of a violent personality.
Yeah.
The important detail is not supernatural magic ghost eye. You see what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying.
It's like, the theory is, I think, correct, but because the whole theory is correct doesn't mean you can hyper-focus on...
No, I understand completely. But what if I really, really want it to be a magic murder eye? Would that change the course of the game and make it true?
Thankfully, no. Though, it'd be kind of nice if I could get my I want this video game to be what I wanted his wish to come true, so maybe I should say yes.
Well, yeah, I had pretty much come to the same conclusion. But like I said, we haven't talked about it on this route, so that's why I hadn't been able to tell you that it wasn't the Eye of Murderah that I was thinking of. You got any more lectures for me, meanie pants?
Well, I guess not, but I still think the core of what you said is right. And if there is no transfer of anything at all, after all, you can see why we think there is.
Are you okay, Lady Iris?
Yeah, I'm a lot better, actually. Sorry, by the way, for everything.
I'd do anything for you.
Including kill a whole bunch of people.
During our escape, Iris got motion sickness. I decided to pull over at Ikume Shrine so she could rest.
Oh, and thank you. I never thanked you for saving me.
You should be thanking those three.
Seriously, that was a group effort.
Some bodyguard I am. I put you in danger.
That's not true. If it wasn't for you, I would have...
been janked somewhere else without a Date immediately available to follow her.
Anyway, there's nothing else to say, but thank you.
Alright, now that we've saved Lady Iris from the evil clutches of Nizat laws, we have to get to the important question. Let's talk about flowers.
Looking at the iris again?
Oh, yeah. I can't see it well in the rain.
You must really like that flower.
Of course, we share the same name.
Iris, the rainbow goddess.
Yeah, that's what Uncle taught me.
The uncle again.
Perhaps it is not the flower itself that Iris likes.
Yeah.
But the emotion and memories it evokes?
Well, essentially he's her father.
Basically. Not that I care, but did Pewter say anything, that little punk?
But he said nothing.
Nothing in particular.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him at all in the car.
What about the group of gangsters?
They were all speaking different languages, so I didn't understand anything.
Fun fact, in the Japanese version, they sound exactly the same. It's the same voice from the Japanese version.
Just like the bodyguards?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Tell me, Tell me your story, Lady Iris.
For goodness sake, you're not still hypnotized, are you? Maybe you're gonna shank me!
What, hypnotized?
Do you think the fruit of immortality really exists?
I think it's in your eye, and that's why everyone's trying to kill you.
The legend about the shrine?
Yeah,
I told you yesterday, I don't believe in that stuff.
I see.
But you do believe in parallel worlds and secret societies.
Because I experienced that in Iris' Somnium.
This could be a negative side effect of the sync.
Or of
It
Iris.
is possible that you've been emotionally compromised by Iris's morbid inner consciousness.
Morbid? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Well, there is no point in discussing this now.
It'll come up in another route, I'm sure. So about Uncle.
I used to love Uncle. Not like romantically. I was 12 at the time, and Uncle was already in a relationship.
Yeah, with your mom!
You mean with your mom?
Oh, you knew about that?
I know a lot of things, lady.
I've heard a lot. Like the Okonomiyaki incident?
I mean, I'd really like to actually meet the guy
In a non-hostile setting?
Yeah, I'm still not sure. I really want to believe in him, but maybe we can't.
Yeah, the picture I drew.
Right.
We were always like that.
You know, it's just after hearing the Okonomiyaki incident and his own story in that very brief route that was locked on the other side, it's just hard to take him as a bad guy. I mean, he was still a serial killer, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We always acted silly and played around and stuff.
Well, even bad, terrible, awful people have family and people that they care about. No one's completely and utterly evil except when they are, but you know how it goes.
He didn't want to be that person.
Right.
He didn't want to be before that time that it happened, and he didn't want to be after that time that it happened.
I remember that in 6th grade, Uncle and I used to play hand games.
Yeah, I've seen the memory.
Like what?
Like bratty cakes.
This was specifically what we saw here with Iris.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what'll come up.
It's like patty cakes mixed with rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Ratty cake, baker's man.
Yeah, this is the one.
Me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it, poke it, fill it with fruit. Put it in the oven. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win! Yay!
What was Uncle's real name?
She probably doesn't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, she just always called him Oji-san. And who knows what Tomi called him. Probably nothing. Falco or nothing.
I only called him Uncle. Mama called him Falco.
There you go.
And the pieces start to get put together.
Falco.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Isn't it a funny name? Sort of weird for a Japanese man.
Home
Maybe
janakute.
he wasn't Japanese.
Yeah, he was from Burkina Faso.
I never found out where he was from.
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime.
It appears that Hitomi and the assassin number 89 were dating.
What?
Now you have to take the penalty. Up, side to side, up, down, pinch.
Aww. He just looks so lost.
Well, he was finding his way.
Yeah.
And number 89 is with Renju now. What the hell is going on here?
I didn't keep my promise.
Promise?
Did you forget? I told you that I would tell you who my late-night visitor was if you went on a date with me.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's probably going to be pretty important.
Then you got kidnapped, and we kind of had to, like, do a massive gun battle involving, like, the entire cast of the game.
And we went on a date, so...
Yeah, you kind of owe me
I'll
this.
tell you now. Sunday at 2 a.m. I was visited by...
I don't like how the music's cutting out.
I mean, we were thinking it was So. Must be Renju. It can't be Falco.
Right.
It's got to be Renju.
Renju Okiura.
Bam.
Nailed it.
What?
So, yes?
He seemed really sick. Probably because of his injury. At the time, I had no idea what had happened to him. He was sweating buckets and he came up to me with this begging look in his eyes. He said, "Come with me." He seemed really desperate. I couldn't say no. So I got into his rental car. We went somewhere, I don't know where, some deserted building.
Maybe the chemical factory in the district?
Yeah.
Mr. Okiura got out of the car, then grabbed my hand. He tried to pull me inside.
When Iris was in the car with So on the left side of the flow chart,
That's where they went.
that's where they went.
I got scared.
And the stuff they got was like anesthetic, for the eye.
Yeah.
Now that would mean that if Renju killed Shoko, which we sort of assumed, but we don't know for sure,
Yeah.
that he'd be doing it twice? Or was he going to get her to do it to him? Because that's kind of what happened on the other route.
That's what I was thinking.
Her to do it to him.
Yeah.
I pulled my hand away and ran.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Mr. Okiura has done so much for me.
Date too!
Right?
He took care of me as a kid. He helped me at Lemniscate.
I mean, Date's called him his best friend. He doesn't mean that lightly.
I wanted to trust him. No matter what happens, I can't think of him as a bad person. I mean, he never did anything bad to me.
Why did you emphasize that?
He came to my house at 2 in the morning and tried to take me to an abandoned building, but...
That obviously didn't pan out. And, I mean, he has had some unsavory connections.
Well, not that she's aware of, as far as I know.
You never know. Maybe he wanted to show me some flowers, or something that he found.
Next time I try to take a young girl into an abandoned building, I've said too much.
Or it was like a prank he was filming for the internet, or something.
Well, the fact of the matter is, if you were to show up at this house at 2 in the morning and be like, "Damon, come with me," and I'll be like, "Dude, when did you get a car?"
Hop on the handlebars.
Like, why would I argue?
That's fair.
And that's what I thought at the time. That's what I kept telling myself. But after hearing everything you've told me, I can't see Mr. Okiura the same way.
Renju Okiura really dominates this entire game, which is amazing considering he's had, a grand total of 4 minutes of screen time?
Basically, yeah.
Maybe he's a part of Nice.
Yeah, see, Damon? She says he's a part of Nice.
If there is a Nice, then Renju is in it, and it has nothing to do with what Iris said, but Renju is in it.
I will begrudgingly come to a middle ground with you on this.
Maybe he's trying to...
What did you do after you ran away?
Well, I didn't go home. I thought he might come back. I just walked around and went into a bunch of stores. Restaurants, coffee shops, net cafes.
Staying in populated places is really a good idea.
Well, I mean, this is the middle of the night, but there's still gonna be people there.
I was afraid that he would try to call me, so I turned off my phone, too. And then, at night, around 7, I think, I turned on my phone and got a Nile message from Mizuki. I wanted to stay at your place. I met up with her and took her home. I thought having her around would comfort me. I don't know.
And unknowingly, she made herself in the safest circumstances possible.
She was wandering around for a long frickin' time. The visitor was at 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
She was wandering around until 7 p.m.
Oh, p.m.?
7 p.m., she said in the evening.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Jeez. So where did he take you exactly?
Iris, I need you to tell me one thing. Where did Renju take you?
Factory in the Kabasaki
Where did he take
district.
you exactly?
But she doesn't know, maybe.
It's been closed for 8 years. The chemical plant in the Kabasaki district.
Of course it is. So, do you know what happened to Renju?
I don't know. I haven't seen him or spoken to him since.
Uh-huh.
The route, it never ends! Then again, maybe that's because we don't shut up, but so be it! I'm not gonna fall for this. We can't go there. We can't, or this will be an hour and 40-minute episode. So, we're done. We're gonna run away in terror. Yeah, like that.
Oh, yeah?
Mass psychogenic illness, eh? Now this does make sense.
Based on what we understand on how things work.
And the Nyes thing. However, it just seems to me that Iris is extremely skilled at getting other people to really like her. She's just so good at getting Date to believe her, at turning Ota into her thrall, of taking the most beloved material object that Mayumi Matsushita owns without any protest, right from her hands. It just seems to me that this might be related, this mass psychogenic illness, that she just might be able to do this.
I know, isn't she great?
Ooh boy.